Your impressions of Baba and Inoki on a personal basis, the differences in the two of them, because they had very different reputations, as well as styles in the ring, very different reputations outside the ring, very different mindsets, philosophies. What did you see as the major differences between the two of them?
Well, there's a lot. I mean, Baba was a little more, like I said, he was a little more Americanized than I'd say Inoki was. Inoki is Inoki. So I mean, they're just two different personalities, and I end up, being enjoyed working for both of them. Obviously, mainly Giant Baba later. I mean, that was a dream for me to work for him all those years. But Inoki gave me that first opportunity. He saw me after the second time I came back with Blackjack Mulligan, and we ended up having a couple of fights between each other that kind of went way off the charts, and Jack was going, God, what's going on? But anyway, and we were fighting all the way out to the taxis, and then we'd be going back to the motel, and I'd just jump out and run over and I mean, there's nobody, there's fans, but there's no publicity or anything. Right. It was just kind of spur of the moment type stuff. But the New Japan saw that and saw the reaction, and so they just said, well, you know what? And I think at that time, I'd gotten the second time I came, I think I brought a rope, just a little rope, kind of a red and black. It wasn't a big bull rope or anything.
Didn't even have a cowbell, right?
No, it was just kind of a rope gimmick, for being from Texas and everything. But anyway, they saw that and they asked me, and Vince had booked me, for those two tours, and so they came to me. Not Inoki. I very seldom ever talked to Inoki, but he had a.
He was more standoffish with the talent than Baba was. In some respects, was he not? Or unless you were at the top.
I think at that time, he might have been. I don't know. I think everybody protected the business. And it was a completely mindset that was completely different than what it's evolved into today.
I've had guys tell me that Baba always had the reputation of honesty, integrity, was not wrapped up in himself, did what was best for business, even if it was pushing somebody else. He knew he was one of the only promoters that ever was such a big star, but still knew when to step down and let somebody else, have the top spot. Inoki was, like we said, a self-promoter. Do you think it came from the fact that they were both proteges of Ricky Dozan. They were both the hand-picked guys, but Baba got the spot first. Baba got to be the star in the States. Inoki never. Baba worked every main event everywhere in every territory in the country for 2 years. Inoki ended up working for Nick Gulas in Tennessee. He never became. He had to buy his own promotion. He bought Pedro Martinez out in Cleveland and Buffalo so that he could try to be a star in the States. Was Inoki?
Inoki did that?
Back in '73.
I have no idea.
Bought it from Pedro and Johnny Powers, the NWF. That's where that title came from. And that didn't last long. But was it because Inoki was so huge in Japan, but was it a constant catch-up, you think, because he never got that one thing he wanted and Baba did? Was that the source of the...
You're asking me to speculate on stuff.
Do a psychological examination of Antonio Inoki, for heaven's sake.
All I know is my dealings with him, he was, does he have an ego? I think everybody has an ego, but I think, he gave me the push, and I say this, I said I got over because Inoki, in New Japan gave me the opportunity and to go out there and fight against them, and and got involved with Inoki and some matches, and took the belt from him, and so they gave me that opportunity.
Which he was very judicious with that also, guys that he would put over and guys that he would even let be competitive with him, and obviously he put a lot of stock in you to be one of those guys.